2.01 right here, that's called the mantissa of your scientific notation. So when I talk about it, that's what we're looking at. Okay, it always has to have how many digits in front of the decimal? One. Must have. Can it be 0? No. Has to be between 1 and 9. Can it have 2? No. Must have 1. All right. When you're doing scientific, you got to remember your rules, and I'm pretty sure you know. Okay. Number to the right of the decimal, there can only be 1. First rule. Yeah. Okay. When you look at the end, the power on the 10, if it's a positive number, is it big or little? It's a big number. Correct? So it gets larger. Negative number, it is very small. It's really little. Okay? Whenever you're writing them, the last digit cannot be a 0 in your mantissa. All right? That means all of those have to go away. Unless it's like 4.0 or 3.0, that's the only time it's okay. But if it's 4.01, there can't be anything after that 1. All right? So you get rid of everything you don't need. Yep.
Can we just make this easy and say once you find your decimal or whatever power you have, if it's not a variable, so on the 10, can't you just move that over how many? Like, depending if it's negative, move it to the left. If it's positive, move it to the decimal.
We're not doing that, though. We're multiplying and dividing them. That's the easy step for scientific. We're going to the next step. You're going to multiply scientific and divide scientific.
But isn't that
we are?
No, that's changing from scientific to standard. We will do a little bit of that, not a lot. That's true. And you have to understand that. But that's not the main point of the lesson.
Great.
Okay? Here we go. Now, let's do the scientific to standard, though, first, just so you understand where they come from. So I have 201 million. Everybody here? So we got 201 million. Where does the decimal have to go?
The 2 and the 0.
After the 2. Okay, so I have to go after the 2 and put my decimal. So my mantissa, I go to the last number, which is here. So it's 2.01. Everybody understand? Okay. How many places did I move it? 8. Because you had 3, 6, 7, 8. Everybody good? So times 10 to the 8. How do I know it's a positive 8 and not a negative 8?
Because times it's making it big.
It's a big number. So here, 0.000051. Where's the decimal go?
After the 5.
At between the 5 and the 1. So my mantissa is 0.51. Everybody good? All right. I moved it how many places?
5. Negative 5.
I moved it 5. It's small, so it's negative. Good?
Yeah.
Easy. All right.
Wait.
What do you mean?
It's a big.
If it's larger than 0 or larger than 1,
It is
a larger number.
Oh,
So when you like here, this is a small number because it's under 1.
so the 2.01 would be bigger.
Yes, because this is a 10 to the 8, so this here is a lot larger. It's a larger number.
It really confuses people when the decimal when like the numbers are like split around.
No, it's not. It's less than 0.00005. It's a real number. Okay. Once you move it over, this is always between 1 and 9. Right here. This is between 1 and 9.
Yeah.
This tells you what type of a number. If it's negative, it's small. If it's positive, it's large.
Doesn't 5 always round up those?
You don't round.
Like,
You can't
talk
round.
about smaller numbers and bigger numbers.
You don't
5
round.
you consider the bigger number though, because it's like right in the middle.
That has nothing to do with it.
Well, then why is
The
it?
smaller and the bigger is when you're looking at your decimal. This here is a small number because it's under 1.
But it got like.
That has nothing. It's still under 1.
We're not
Because the
rounding.
negative 5 tells you that this equals 0.000051. This tells you it's a little number. Not the mantissa, the exponent.
Mantissa means
Yep, mantissa is the decimal part. Okay, are we there? Yes, no?
So technically we have to look at the exponent, not the.
The exponent tells you how big it is. Yes. All right, you have 2. Write them in scientific.
I do it.
1.15.
Perfect. Your mantissa, your decimal goes here, and you write to the end of the numbers. So that's 2.115 times 10. Now, is it a big number or a small number?
Big number.
Big, so it's going to be a positive exponent. How many?
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
I don't know where's the decimal at. Because you can only have one number before the decimal between 1 and 0. So it's basically the first number and the second number.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. You look at the first number and the second number, and you put a dot. Okay, so over here, Ashley, where's it go?
1.45.
Perfect. So this is 1.45 times 10. Is it going to be negative or positive? Negative.
6.
Now it goes here. How many times did I move it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Maddie says it's 7. Yeah, because I did 5.
No. Okay. Are we good?
No,
Why?
because I got 5 points times 10.
You got
Well,
what?
you flipped the numbers around. Yeah, you did it backwards. You don't do it backwards. Yeah, you did. You put 5.41. That's backwards.
That is backwards. He's kind of right there, Maddie. You always got to read left to right, and you go to the first spot. Not to read left to right. It's the only way to read. Well, in America. I should rephrase that.
No, I still fall.
Okay.
I read left to right.
Is everyone better?
Yes. No, you could read up and down. Because
That's what I said. What? Okay, here we go. Now, scientific notation to standard. So that's standard and scientific. Now we're going to go backwards. So when you look at it, you have to look at what your exponent is to tell you which direction to move and at your mantissa. Everybody ready? So look here. Scientific notation to standard. If I have a +9, does that tell you it's going to be a big or a little number? Big. A big number. 6.32. So what do I have to do here?
Move it 9 places.
9 places to the right. So you just go 9 places to the right. 1, 2. I'm going to go down here. 1, 2. Then add all your numbers. There's going to be 7 left, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. After you put in your zeros, you must add your commas so it's easy to read.
Okay.
So every 3.
Boom.
All good? By the way, what number is that?
That's 6
$6,320,000,000.
million
Yeah.
to the next.
Well done. Okay, this one here is not my favorite
Why?
because I think it needs something. It's not wrong, but I think it'd be better written a different way. So if I was going to write that, I would not put 4 times 10 to the -7. What do you think I would write?
4.1.
Not 4.1, 4.0. Because I think a mantissa is better with a decimal.
Why is that?
All right, this is not wrong because this is actually a 0 that's not needed, but it shows your decimal a little bit clearer.
Okay.
Okay, so now what do you do with that decimal? But which way?
You gotta
Move
go
it
to
to
the
the
left.
left.
Left. How many? 7.
7.
So I go from here and I move 7. 1, 2, 3,
6
4, 5, 6, 7. 6 zeros. Put your decimal
After
and you're done.
number.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Okay.
second up.
Any questions on it? Okay, you have 2. Let's get them done.
Already done.
Yeah.
Check with your neighbors, by the way. All right, what's your answer here?
781,000.
You moved your decimal 5 spots. Everyone remembered their comma? All right, next one. I moved the decimal which way?
Wait.
How
Tree
far?
to the left.
0.00314. What is 3.14, by the way?
Pi.
I'm just checking.
That's not pi though.
March 14th is rounded. Can I?
Okay, now, this is the part you need to learn. We're going to multiply scientific and divide scientific. When you multiply, you're using your rules of exponents. You multiply the mantissas. What do you do with exponents of like bases when you multiply?
You
Divide,
add-
subtract, add.
You add them. So what we do here is we take 3.5 times 7. What's 3.5 times 7?
21.3.
24.5.
So,
Our practice is wrong.
we add.
You're in the wrong place, hun. Okay, next one. Now we add exponents. So I'm going to take a -3 plus 5. What's a -3 plus 5? 2. Now, the problem is you're not done.
Why is that?
Why?
Because
Because you
Oh.
still
you
have
put it
a
inside.
because there's not one number in front of it.
You got it. It's bigger than, it's got more than one digit in front of the decimal.
Yeah.
So if this is 24.5, I needed to move it one to the
2.45.
left. If I'm moving to the left, then I'm getting bigger or smaller?
Bigger.
Big.
Bigger.
Bigger. So this you add
One.
1. So this becomes 3.
How are you getting bigger if you go to the left?
Yeah.
Because you're moving the.
Here, let's write this out.
Bigger. Well, you mean the X
Here we go.
getting bigger?
2, 4, 5, 0. Agreed? That's what 24.5 times 10 squared is. Agreed?
Yes.
Okay, write it scientifically.
Okay, 2.1
Times
So 10 to the third.
third.
So you can.
Well, you just said that you're getting
But,
that
like,
the
once
number
you
was
go to the
getting
left,
bigger
you
when
go
you went to
negative.
the left.
No, not in scientific.
If you go to the right.
No. Here, which direction are you going?
Left.
Left.
Yeah, left.
Left is
down.
a larger exponent. This is times 10 third. If you go right, it's because you're going, yes. If you go right, you're smaller because those are the little numbers.
Fix me. Get your head in the game. Eric, get your head in the game.
All right, so I'm going left. So that means okay, quiet. That means I have to add 1 to the 2 and get a 3. You can skip this step if you're having trouble with it.
I am having trouble with
Then rewrite it. So 24.5 is the same as 2.45 times 10 to the first, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you get rid of 1, then you add 1. Okay, it's kind of.
Yeah, and it's kind of like borrowing. Sort of. So 1 and 2 makes 3. Everybody get it? Yes, yes, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now what would have happened if it had been the other direction?
Then you get negative.
You would subtract. All right, you have 2. You're on this section. Make sure you're on the right part on your notes. You're in the green, the little box.
Why?
Okay, this one is tricky, so be careful. Okay, try it. And
Yes.
I know, but you're all messing up the same place.
Can I put it up on the board?
No.
I just
Okay.
did the first step.
Die.
Just
Can I
go.
put it up on the board, please?
Do it.
What's 6.5 times 8.7? What'd you get?
56.55.
56.55. Times 10 to what power?
Negative 3.
Am I done?
No, you have to go to the left one.
No, you gotta go to the right. You gotta go to the right.
Oh, I need to go to the left because there has to be one decimal.
Christian.
3 to -2.
Yes, 5.655 times 10 to the -2.
Congratulations. Good play.
Be quiet. Jacob, quiet. Okay, does everyone understand why it's -2?
No, I don't.
You, when you go this direction, you
I
add.
get that, but
Okay, I went this way 1, right?
yeah, but
What's
you want to
-3
keep
plus 1?
the negative? What do you want to?
It's negative.
Christian, go ahead, what is it? I went right, or left, sorry. So I have to add 1. So I'm adding 1 to -3. -3 plus 1 is -2.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
But
You do that
She
because
doesn't
you
know
only
what
have
you're
one number
talking
before the
about.
decimal. Remember?
Okay, what is it? Come on. What is this thing, by the way, standard?
It's like
What do you have to do? -2, how many places do you have to move that decimal?
0.05655.
Yep, that's the standard form.
That's what I was confused about.
Okay, why did I say the second one was confusing?
Because that has
it
that
doesn't have. It has
exponent
that time.
It
parentheses
does.
there.
What does the exponent mean?
It just
You have to take the 7.8 times 2 and then
No,
Wait, to the
sorry,
second
no,
power.
it's
to the second power, and then you
No.
times -4.
But then you also gotta add it to the -4, right?
Multiply
Oh,
it.
yeah, I mean that's.
Yes. So what's 7.8 times 7.8?
That's like
60.84.
60.84, is that what I heard?
Yeah. I did that.
Times 10 to what power?
-8.
Negative.
Beautiful. Am I done?
No,
Because.
because you have to move the decimal over, so you only have one number.
So I have to move it 1 to the, so that moves this to,
7.
good.
7. You okay?
Well, done.
You broke my
I
back.
think we're getting it. Are we getting it?
Ah. Getting something already.
Still talking. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to divide. Is there going to be anything different in division?
Then you're gonna subtract the things.
We're going to subtract them. So we take 3.66, so the mantissa divided by the mantissa. You just put that in your calculator and you actually divide those two. Okay? And you're going to get 0.42. What do I do with the exponents? I subtract them. So these I'm going to subtract. What's 8 minus 3? 5. So that's where this came from. What's wrong with this?
It doesn't have like a whole number.
It doesn't have a whole number. So this time, instead of going to the left, I'm going to go to the right. So it's 4.2, but I'm going to the right. What do I have to do? Add 1 or subtract 1?
Subtract.
Subtract 1. So 5 minus 1 is 4. So if I go this direction, I'm subtracting. This direction, I am adding. Questions?
Can I do the
That's
bracket?
actually a lot easier than doing the multiplication.
Can I do the practice on the board?
Has everybody got it done?
Homework.
Hey, can I check
Give
my
them
practice?
1 second, Jacob, then you can put it up.
Can you
Right
do
on the
that
board.
first?
Sit down and quiet.
Dude, that would have been hilarious if you actually did 1 through 1.
What time?
Eric, you should have let it.
We got work day tomorrow.
Yes.
And a quiz.
You're still loud.
What were you gonna let me do?
You can have quiz now.
Dude, that's messed up.
Who can write it standard?
I'll write that standard.
You don't need to write ginormous. Your handwriting's terrible.
So get over it.
Oh, mine's better than that. Yeah.
Eyeballs. He's just making sure.
He's being.
Mine.
Did I forget some numbers?
Looks like a 2-year-old.
Oh, I haven't appeared.
Actually, I think my governor is better than that. He's 2. Christian, you don't know. What's that last number? Z?
It's a 5.
It's a 5 if you could actually use your head.
So it's the extra.
It's a Z.
You guys, nice to each other.
Jack Christian.
Jacob, you could use the same.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the other people.